Hello, I'm Rick Carver. Once again, thank you to Cecil County News for allowing me to continue my story, A Travesty of Justice. From the last segment, you started to see how Kosagiv and his attorney, Dwight Tomey, committed fraud on the court, concealing Kosagiv's actions to hide huge mistakes in my deed of trust recorded originally by Global Title. Kosagiv secretly recorded a counterfeit deed of trust that replaced my original deed of trust and had a legitimate title insurance claim filed against it. Kosagiv fraudulently transferred all my land into the bank's name and added my wife's name to avoid the tenant by entirety's law. Oh, and his counterfeit recording also eliminated that title insurance claim worth $560,000 that his company now didn't have to pay. Imagine that. I picked out a handful of some of the most blatant, misleading statements, lies, and outright perjury from trial to go over with you. In the links below, G1 through G15, are additional testimony. Please take time to review them. These links are copies of Kosagiv's testimony being questioned by his attorney. You will see how the defense's plan was designed to hide facts and truth from the court. I hope you enjoy it. We went over G1 through G3 in a previous episode, but take a quick look at G2 once more. In testimony, page 88, line 21 through page 89, line 3, Dwight Tomey questions, what was the nature of the problem when you looked at your policy? And John Kosagiv answers. He looked into the insurance file and noted the legal description page was blank, so that unfortunately offered no guidance as to what was being insured. This is intentional deception and misrepresentation. I'll prove it to you. This is the page for the legal description directly from the title insurance policy. And yes, that page is blank. Now please look at this page. Now you are looking at another page in the same insurance policy. Look at the highlighted area right next to number 5. This says the land referred to in this policy is located in the County of Cecil, State of Maryland, and is known as 2981 Old Telegraph Road, Chesapeake City, Maryland, 21915. This is the house and 3.5 acre parcel address. Being further described as follows, and right under that it says, see Exhibit A, attached hereto and made part hereof. Okay, folks, take a look at this one. Look at the top right-hand side. It is listed clearly as Exhibit A. You are looking at the same exact 41-acre legal description that is recorded in the original deed of trust and in Kosagiv's counterfeit. Yep, the exact same one. And even though it does not exist and it is not listed in any loan documentation, well, at least it's insured. Now, you see why Kosagiv's testimony that the blank page offered no guidance as what was being insured. He wasn't lying, was he? I guess he was waiting for his attorney to ask him specifically if anything in the insurance policy could offer him guidance as to what was insured, like, Exhibit A. Come on, folks. Seriously? This is real. Read it in the transcripts. I thought this was important for me to point out to you guys. Just one example showing how Kosagiv and his attorney intentionally misled the court throughout the entire trial. From testimony, page 91, line 1 through 7, Dwight Tomey questions again, was there anything in the deed of trust that you felt was helpful or to assist you in determining what was to be the collateral for the loan? Kosagiv answers, well, the deed of trust contains a legal description, but at best, it's an ambiguous description. And Dwight Tomey asks, why is that? Kosagiv answers, because it doesn't identify specifically what 3.5 acres was intended as the collateral. Okay, first off, the legal description is ambiguous? Neither Kosagiv nor Tomey ever admits to the court that this 41-acre parcel legal description doesn't exist and was a huge mistake to have been recorded in the deed of trust in the first place. Furthermore, there are no tax or parcel numbers listed identifying that parcel because it doesn't exist. Is that why Kosagiv says it's ambiguous? Secondly, regarding no specific identification of what 3.5 acre parcel was intended for the collateral? Okay, then what is this? You're looking at the 4th page of the original deed of trust that is being questioned here by the defense. Highlighted center left is the tax parcel ID number 02039818 and total acreage is 3.505. This is the exact identification number for the 3.5 acre parcel and is the tax and in the tax assessment records and matches all the loan origination documents as well. What more does Kosgev need to identify it? But wait, we actually know Kosgev is lying to the court here. We saw this email in the last episode. Highlighted, Kosgev admits knowing about the 3.5 acre parcel, including his acknowledgement of the tax assessment record. You know, that tax and parcel number that he testified that doesn't specifically identify the 3.5 acre parcel. That's the collateral for the loan. Of course, they can't divulge any of these facts to the court. Their lies would be exposed if they did. G7 in the links. This starts questions in many pages of the testimony regarding documents and most importantly regarding other mortgages and deeds of trust of mine. And I'll start with Defense Exhibit 9, which was a deed of trust with the Small Business Administration that I had. Dwight Tomey asked Kosgev regarding what parcels were the collateral for that loan. And Kosgev very cleverly answers only stating legal descriptions for 3 parcels, the 41 acre parcel, the 6 acre parcel, and 50 acre parcels. He intentionally lies to the court because there are 4 parcels. You're looking at the mandatory State of Maryland land intake form that is attached and part of this mortgage. Please look at the center. Now it's kind of hard to see the highlighted area. There are 4 separate parcels listed right there, folks, as the collateral, including map number 44 and parcel number 73, which is the 3.5 acre parcel. And on the left is its tax parcel ID number. There it is again, folks, the only number listed on all loan documents 02039818. Read G9 completely in the links, which is continued questioning from Dwight Tomey asking Kosgev if he was able to find a plat or deed or anything that indicated that the Carvers had a 3.5 acre parcel. And Kosgev states he asked Nina Richards from Global Title, where did the 3.5 acre parcel come from? He answered he was not able to get that question answered. Well, I have his answer right here. At the time, our buyer was completing his due diligence for the sale that we agreed on and asked my wife to get in writing from the original title company, that's Global Title, and to specifically list what parcel the mortgage covered. Okay, so you're looking at an email from Nina Richards at Global Title to my wife. Look close at the date. It is the day before John Kosgev filed his counterfeit, July 21st, 2010. Can you believe that? In the highlighted area, Nina states, so this mortgage should only cover your property, 3.50 acres. Okay, also, the buyers asked for a copy of the title insurance policy. Well, I guess everyone but Kosgev had a copy of that. I wonder, did Kosgev ever ask Nina Richards prior to recording his counterfeit those questions? The reason I question this is this. I obtained through the Freedom of Information from Maryland Insurance Administration files, copies of email between Kosgev and Nina Richards. This is the only one I came up with. In this email chain on the left, Kosgev does ask Nina if you ever send an email to Carvers or to anyone else advising they only intended to encumber the 3.5 acre parcel. And on the right is Nina's answer. She says yes and explained the email that she sent my wife. But the date was February 22nd, 2018. 8 years after his so-called intense research and hunt for that elusive 3.5 acre parcel. And it's 8 years after he recorded his counterfeit. What the heck's going on? Are you wondering why he's looking into and researching these things so many years later? Shouldn't he have already asked her these questions many years ago before he recorded his counterfeit? And believe me, I have searched extensively and can't find a single document of Kosgiev asking Nina this question prior to his recording. Does this seem strange to you too? One more little fun fact. On the left, you're looking at documentation that shows Nina Richards originally refused my wife's request for the above information. Nina stated my wife was not on the loan. On the right is a release that I had to sign authorizing Global to provide the information to my wife. Now let's not forget, John Kosgiev added my wife's name to his counterfeit and lied in testimony many times that she was a borrower, even though all the loan document and lists my name only. And even his agent company Global Title understood she was not a borrower. Hey, can you guys see the pattern yet? I already went over Defense Exhibit 9 a few minutes ago and asked if it was perjury or obstruction of justice. You may be thinking of the same questions after looking at the following. Right before this next series of questions started, defense counsel asks this question in testimony on page 104, line 8 through line 11. Defense attorney Tomey asks Kosgiev, and I quote from testimony, "Did you ever come up with anything then that encumbered only a 3.5 acre parcel or identified 3.5 acre parcel?" Kosgiev's answer was no. Now don't forget Kosgiev's answer as we review the following mortgages of mine. Like Defense Exhibit 9, which I showed you a minute ago, Kosgiev lies what parcels are listed as collateral on each one of these next exhibits, folks. Now you see on your screen Defense Exhibit 11, and then next will be 12, then 13 and 14, one at a time in succession. Let me explain what you're looking at. Each individual page is very similar. Look at the center on each page. These are numbers starting with either a 44 or a 43. These first numbers are map numbers that locates parcels of property in Cecil County and found in land records. Following that first number is the parcel number, also found in land records. So for example, on each one of these, you see highlighted the numbers 4473. This is the actual location of that 3.5 acre parcel that is easily found in land records. If you notice, all of these mortgages all list 4 separate parcels. For your information, each of these mortgages clearly lists 4473. That's a 3.5 acre parcel. And then you'll see 4387. That's the 50 acre parcel. And 4403, well, that's the 37 acre parcel. And 4472, that's my 6 acre parcel. But Kosgiev only ever explains 3 parcels out of 4 in trial. Never mentions there's another, which of course is the 3.5 acre parcel. And every time he is asked what is the collateral for the mortgage, he explains the legal description instead of what and how many parcels are actually listed as the collateral. You see, he avoids stating any information about the actual number of parcels listed as collateral, so he doesn't expose the lies that he and his attorney continue to cover up. If Kosgiev mentioned the listed 4473, the 3.5 acre parcel, that was the only true collateral, the criminality of Kosgiev's actions would be apparent to the court. Remember that parcel that doesn't exist and can't be found in any land records? All of this testimony is located starting on page 104, line 8 through page 109, line 12 in the testimony. And in the links below is G11. This is perjury, folks, because Kosgiev is actually reading from the documents in trial. By definition, this is perjury. Isn't this some unbelievable facts, folks? Wonder how either Dwight Tomey or Kosgiev or even State's Attorney James Delmeyer can explain these facts. How can the Maryland Insurance Administration just ignore this kind of blatant lying and professional misconduct from a licensed insurer? Hope everyone is able to see the criminal fraud and crimes that hurt my family so severely. I'm not done yet, folks. Cosgrave had a lot of help to keep these crimes quiet. In the next episode, I will share the court's verdict along with what state and county offices that helped John Cosgrave keep his crimes from being exposed. Believe me, you can't make this stuff up. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching.